Yeah, look at that little dude. He's just living under the truck, just having a time of his life. The little earth snake. I'll put you back in a second when I get rid of the ants. Okay. Yeah, there's a fire ant's nest living under the truck. So when I moved everything and I noticed that little dude there went to kill the ants and got him out of the way because I didn't want to spray him. He's just a little earth snake. You know, he kills little bugs, so yeah, does me a favor. So here we are, and let's reveal it. Pontiac C10 has some color on it now. Last time y'all saw it, I didn't have a sinus infection and a head cold, sorry. But did the body work on that side? I painted it, let it cure for a week, or two actually, put the car cover on it, haven't looked at it since. So, let's show it to you. Now the color I picked, it had to be the right shade. So, you want, let me just go ahead and show you. Get the full view there. Ready? Ready? I'm going to start on the other side for more suspense. I need to get that unhooked. Oh yeah, that's looking good. That looks great. If you could only see it from here. All right. Ready? Well, I went through 100 different shades of green and it took me several hours to pick the right one. If you know the reference, you're cool. Yeah, pretty much putting the stripe on it just like it was. Use a different color green this time. Stands out, it pops a little bit more. To me anyway. But did the body work on the other side. So let's look at that side too. Now I'm liking it, I love it. It's like it's upgraded from the last time it was on the road. Now it did mess up here, you know. There's some flaws in it. It has not been buffed or wet sand or nothing. It's just as it is. You can see there's the filler now. I still gotta put the door on it and stuff. It's not perfect. Doesn't have to be. It'll do to be a little street rod. Of course, this was already painted, except for the strap when y'all last saw it. So was this door. This fender wasn't, and that fender and that bedside. Now there's some fish eyes they got in there, unfortunately. Couple runs here and there, but not a big deal. You kind of got to look close to see them, which, you know, I'm okay with a 5-foot paint job. Or even a 10-foot. Keep the rust off, it's going to look good going down the road. I am going to try to get as much done today as possible. Because one, it's getting hot. Supposed to get rain, that didn't happen. Two, my head cold's just making me feel miserable, so. Oh, that feels pretty smooth. A little buff and a little wet sand and a buff and it'd probably do pretty good. Now, I had to buy some of these new little rubber pieces for the door stop. Should only have to just slide that in there and pull it through. It'll be harder than what I thought. Yep. Oh boy. A lot harder than I thought. Of course, These are, you know, new repops made in Thailand. So the rubber could be the wrong size. Whatever. Come on. Almost. Oh, whoops. And it's not all the way in. Just my luck. Almost there, just not quite. May have to take a step up bit. Alright, see if they pop into place now. There we go. I still had to give it a good push. There we go. Now that they're in, let's go ahead and shut it. Blink. A little floppy up top, but whatever. Sitting pretty good. It never did really fully sit right anyway in my truck, or it's still in the same truck it was. I mean, you know what I mean when it was over there. I mean, it is old and worn out too, so there we go. Good enough, you know. Good enough. I like it. I can live with it. Probably once I give it a little buffing and touch up, it ought to look pretty good too. But yeah, now I got my door in the back. So from a distance, whee, I'm gonna trip on everything. Yeah, look at that. It is sitting up a little higher right here. A little bit. Not a big deal though. I can kind of tweak it a little bit. Right, good old jolly tweaking. Pretty good, pretty good. I can live with that. Ignore the bad spot there in the paint, you know, whatever. Ignore it. There it is. So yeah, that looks kind of like it belongs, but obviously it's been moved. Alright, now here's something fun. I'm trying to figure out how to route that now. Now I got that. Alright, the plastic's still on, so nothing got inside the tank. Now I gotta figure out how to, the best way to route it. Guess what I got? To mock up something. Boo. 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 So that's pretty close, right? Yeah, pretty close size. I'm gonna use a brand new original rubber parts filler neck to just clamp that side. Obviously this is a mock-up pipe because I'm going to be making this out of stainless. Ugh, God, my nose. Lay down, it gets worse. Alright, I just got to figure out where and how I want to route it. If I go straight this way and elbow right there above the frame, which I gotta be careful because I think there's a bolt there. I don't remember. Yeah. Either that or right before the frame. Right there. And then up and over there. To there. Seems like a good logical choice. That way it's tucked here instead of going whoop right here. So, yeah, I think. Alright, that only took way too long because I ended up having to knock it out with a hammer the rest of the way because my hole saw gave up when I was about 90% of the way done. Okay, so what I do know here is a 90 right here at this spot. Okay, so I did take the original rubber neck part and put it on the tank, and it comes out enough where it's going to meet that hole, barely. It'll work. So I'm going to leave a little play in this. That way I can always trim off. Easier to trim off than add on. So that's the plan. So just going to cut this now. About there. Then I'll add a 90, and then I'll check the other side. The other side is going to be long too because I want to be able to go past. And just in case, you know, it doesn't work, or I need to trim it down, I can trim it down. That was really easy. So this is all I got to make out of it in stainless. That's it. Because then the rubber will go to the other end. I was going to go ahead and, you know, do this little number. But I realized that's going to be really hard to clamp with the hose. I need the hose out far enough I can reach it. So, that's what I'm going to do. That's the way I'm going to do it. Because it looks the easiest now that I got this set up. Like that. But yeah, that should do it. Right there. Okay. That was a little easier other than having to cut that. Now the last thing is that I'm going to do for today. I'll put these on. I think you know what these are. Give me a second to figure that out. Actually, that does line up there, but it looks like the bumper is going to be sticking out further than I like. But I think that's just where it's supposed to sit. Oh, where's that last hole? Oh, right up there. Okay, that looks a little weird. Whatever, we're going to roll with it. That's the hole that looks like it's supposed to line up. I thought. Come on. You can do it. I know you can. Not me, but the bracket. There we go. I knew it could line up. There we go. Alright. Now, that one goes right there. So the lock washer's on. Oh good, I brought the tools over already that I needed. Kind of worried me for a second. I'm like, oh no! I didn't bring what I needed. Well, thankfully I did. Sometimes I think ahead like that. Sometimes I do. Sometimes I don't. Okay. What I'm gonna do here. Get a little snug. Not even a ugga-dugga, but snug enough. We're gonna go ahead and ugga-dugga this. And same thing here. There we go. Now that one again. There we go. There's still some metal shavings. Still some metal shavings. I guess this one is just, they gave us 6 of the same size bolts for whatever reason. And doesn't really make sense to me, but whatever. Down first just to make sure that nothing changed. It's a little shaded, but you can see it. It looks good. I'll get a filler panel for it, I guess, and fill all that up. That way you don't have that gap. Went ahead and put that on. And if you see, yeah. I know it don't seem like I did much today. Feel like crap. It's hot. I got the hole cut out, mocked up. So now the plan is to finish installing the brake lines, which I just got to get the coupler in the middle. Never did it. I started it. I got all stainless lines. I need to finish that. I think it's aluminum. All new aluminum fuel lines for the truck. So what the plan is to do, when I get that filler neck made, I told you the rubber piece is going to go on the tank. I'm going to drop the tank, put that rubber piece on there, and when I bring it up, I'll hook it up to the other side, on the other side of the frame where it sticks out to the tube I'm going to make. Also, that's when I'm going to try to connect the fuel inlet and outlet, or return, and the fuel outline and the return line over it, and hook it all up while I got it kind of dangling down so I can start running my lines. So take care of all that at once, and then once I start getting the wiring harness together, put the turn signals, the brake lights and all that into it, basically where all I got left to do is, I got the drive shaft. I may just have a new one built just to be sure, just to be safe. Then, still gotta have a hood made. Build the rear end, get some parts for it. Some of this, the problem is money. The small parts, I got a lot of small parts. It's the money part. So, get ready to pull the engine, pull it out. I will be going to the Pontiac Nationals, which by the time this is up, I've already been there and back. The plan is to talk to Jeff Kaufman about some goodies for this engine and see what he recommends I do on stuff like some of the hardware. And I'm looking at either doing a stroker crank or the Kaufman heads, or both, depending on the budget, how it ends up. So we'll see how all that goes. Yeah, brake booster, still got to put it. I want a smaller brake booster that's a single diaphragm. I'd like to upgrade it to the dual diaphragm, smaller, longer, to give me a little clearance around the valve cover. So yeah, let's all come together. It's getting there, one day at a time at this point. I hope you enjoyed this episode. As always, thanks for watching.